It's ostensibly audio medium.
Yeah.
Well, continue with your cammed small block. Sounds like a Mercury that needs some work.
Throwing down revs in a Tesla.
God, maybe.
Hey, Farva, what's the name of that restaurant you like with all the goofy shit on the walls and the mozzarella sticks?
Welcome to the Cam Shenanigans Podcast,
You mean shenanigans? Oh! You're talking about shenanigans, right?
where Mike, Trent, and Zach, and a guest will debate all things automotive.
Our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Make sure to check out Cam Automag on all the social medias at Cam Automag. And don't forget to support our sponsor, Hustle Energy.
Hello, and welcome to the Monday Night Shitcast.
The Monday Night Shitcast,
Woo!
brought to you by Blue Moon Belgian White.
This is actually a shit ton of PBR in this giant boot.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't
Yeah.
grab a beer.
It's all right. You tried.
Yeah, I had one earlier. I should have grabbed one at some point.
You really should.
That's why the fridge is right there. You can get up anyway. I'm Mike. That is Zach. He's struggling to get a beer.
You are the tallest motherfucker here by a large margin.
He's the tallest man on
Is that,
earth.
is that a threat?
No.
Who's the tallest man on earth? Not the
Chair.
Jesus Christ. Zach almost dumps the table.
It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest.
Oh, he's gonna have my last blueberry beer. It's fine. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, have it. Have it. There you go. Get back to your station. Jesus Christ.
Did you see the waves
Yeah.
in that?
That's how we knock out a couple grand worth of equipment right there.
Yeah, and watching this all unfold, returning champion, the one and only Dave Raleigh.
I'm going to go. I need TB for my bunghole.
Indeed. Shout out to all none of you watching.
Damn. It said 3 when we started. What the fuck happened?
This is brutal.
They heard that Cam V8 sound. I was like, fuck, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I would send this to the gal I am talking to / in something with, but she lives in American Fork and the internet sucks down there,
Well, yeah.
so she has a
that's
hard time streaming anything. So
That's okay.
yep, but I will at some point throw it on the share this to the old faces.
I will hit you with the boat paddle.
You should. You should.
Yeah,
It says cease and desist on it.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
I think we tried to make that one happen. Like I think I threatened him with it once
Is she
before.
watching?
I think so.
Hello?
I mean, we
Our-
already know that YouTube lies. to
Yeah,
us.
it shows 0 viewers. So we're like, oh, there's one
so-
now.
Oh, hello.
There was a moment when I was watching one of the last streams where it was like, what, 2 weeks ago, where I was typing in all caps because I
Oh, yeah.
it was an entertaining shtick. It
That was
about
hilarious.
it. You guys were, I was watching for like almost the entire episode. You guys, there were a few times you're like, oh, yep, nobody's watching. And I'm still there.
Yeah.
It's like Bastion and I are just chilling out like, yep,
Yep.
we're still here. Hey, look, it says 2. That means there's probably like 4 people watching.
Hey,
Or 13. We have no idea.
Yeah, we have no
way
idea.
of figuring this out.
please say something in the chat.
I should start
I
pulling up
beg of you.
the analytics on YouTube and comparing there. I
Yes.
should start doing.
Yeah, definitely.
So, okay, I don't know. Do I have a story? I don't think I have a story. Do you have a story?
Real
Do you
quick,
have a story?
my buddy
I
Andrew
have a
in
story.
Seattle,
Uh-huh.
he joined the military and he used his enlistment bonus to buy a Tiguan for he and his wife, right?
Okay.
Because he's trying to be the responsible guy that has a new reliable vehicle for his wife and child, right? Already dumped it on coilovers.
Yeah.
We were literally talking about that
We were-
earlier.
And I didn't bring this up because we kind of transitioned away from it real quick. But as I was getting off the freeway today, guess what was riding my ass real hard?
Dumped Tiguan.
Yes.
Nice.
Mhm.
Nice.
So is it the white one that's around here?
No, it's a black one.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
There's
I
at
like
least 2 of
Tiguans,
them.
'cause
Yeah.
Aren't they based off like the Golf or something?
It's an MQ. It's
the
so,
MQB.
except for like the first like year, that was like its own weird mutant thing.
That's
and
odd.
we had to find that one out the hard way because none of our stuff,
Oh, none of it works.
none of it fits.
And then they're like, you know what? We were wrong. Here's one that looks like everything else.
Yeah. Well,
So,
that
okay.
MQB stuff is fucking weird. Zach,
Yeah.
you go.
Okay.
I want to pick
I
this
have,
up.
I have two stories. So the first off, so I was driving around with my lady friend,
Yes.
and I was like, okay, like talking to you is cool, but I have to go look at that car. And it was a 4-door 110 diesel Defender.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Imported as fuck.
Import as fuck with the factory snorkel
Ooh.
and a top rack,
Ooh.
white on black.
Ooh.
And I was just like, fuck. Like, yeah.
So my boss has an LR3
Okay.
that we have. It's the air ride one, so
Yeah.
we have it like lifted, meaning we
Aired
crank,
up.
we crank down the little
Oh, the little
or
sensor.
cranked up the little sensor
Yeah.
arm, so it
Little
thinks
zip
it's at
tie.
the low, yeah.
Mhm.
And so now it just airs the fuck up, right? It's got a snorkel and a basket, and shit
yeah,
on it like
what you
that,
gotta
right? Needed a heater course, so we took it to British 4x4, their new spot over here in Murray, off the freeway by Highway Patrol. And so many sick ass Land Rovers over there.
Oh, yeah.
Like I have never wanted like an early disco or like a Range Rover Classic so badly.
I would love one, but I've also like. Did I tell you this at the time I almost bought one?
No,
So-
I had no idea you actually had taste.
I almost bought a 03. I think it was an LR3. I was an LR3.
Yeah,
03,
that should
LR3.
be the first year of the LR3. I think it was the last year of the disco. The disco 2.
Maybe it was the Disco 2.
It was 03 or 04. They
think it was
they
03.
overlapped by like a
I think
year.
it was 03. I think it was fuck, now I can't remember what it is. I have to look up the photos now because I can't remember off the top of my head.
Oh, that's great. He's like smoked LED side markers and expensive intake is all I've gotten so far. The
Yeah.
intake
No,
was
it-
$300, but I said responsibility can wait.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay,
Yes.
it was not an LR3.
Okay.
So I think it was a Discovery then. So I almost bought one.
I like those a lot. They're horrendously unreliable.
Oh yeah, so
supposedly.
so the last year, the 03 was the last year of the Rover engine.
Oh, right, because then they use the Beamer like 4.6 or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. Okay.
So I remember it was a good deal. I think it was like $2 or $3 grand for it or something like that. It was a pretty
yeah.
good deal.
Yeah,
It had
solid
lower
deal.
miles, well maintained, but it had a weird tick.
A weird tick.
And I'm like,
Could be
that-
dropping a valve, could be an exhaust gasket.
it could also be the cylinder lining sliding.
Hell yeah.
So
We love it when cylinder liners slip and hit the crank.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just great
Yeah.
fun.
what we
lots
love.
of fun. Because head gasket problems. What?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Come on.
No, you don't need to seal. You're fine.
So I called up my a friend suggested me this mechanic. So I called him up and he was, I don't know what he was, something exotic. And he answers the phone and he's like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm calling about an 03 Discovery. I'm looking at buying one. Would you do a PPI on it?" "Why do you want that?" Because it's a good deal. They're never a good deal. Never ever good deal. And I'm like, "No, but it's like a really good deal. Like, I'm really interested in buying this. Like, would you do a PPI on it?" And he's like, "No, I have 3 of them leaking right now. 2 of them have new engines and they still leak. You do not want one. Like, whatever you do, run." And I'm like, "Oh, well, I guess I won't be buying one now."
This is amazing. My buddy Andrew's he's like, "Oh yeah, this intake's from Integrated Engineering." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sitting at a table recording a podcast right now with a guy that works in shipping.
I am the receiving department. Thank you.
There you go."
So,
Amazing.
but so I had another car story though.
Yes.
So, I get some weird shit at my work, like some weird shit.
You just get some weird shit in general.
And so I'm leaving for lunch, and I think you saw the photo. 'Cause I put it in the cam chat,
Yeah, I saw the pictures.
and I full on hard stop, like locked up the tire when I saw this thing, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" A 2002 in good colors
Oh yeah.
with a turbo
it's
badge.
it's a TII.
Yeah. And
if it's a turbocharged 2002 with the Beamer sport colors and silver, it's a TII.
Yeah. And so I was like, I didn't know they made turbo. So like I'm sitting at lunch googling
It was
it.
like one of the first turbo BMWs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If not the first turbo Beamer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was.
Yeah.
And it made good horsepower too for its era. It made 170.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
for,
insane.
for being,
74?
non-intercooled with Bosch CIS.
Yeah.
Mm.
170 or 170.
It was they're like what, a 1.8 or a 2 liter?
1.8. They're a 1.8.
Okay.
Yeah. That's still good by today's standard. 170 out of a 1.8.
Yeah.
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 I mean, we're doing it NA now, but I mean, back then,
Yeah,
that's
Still, yeah,
and-
that's
and
not
nothing-
bad at all.
And from what I understand, they're pretty drivable. Like boost is responsive. Like they're a fun car to drive.
Yeah. So I'm like, who the fuck is? And I didn't know there was I didn't. I thought the turbo badge was just like somebody threw it on there because they got turboed or something. Because I didn't know that was like a special thing.
Yeah. I love the flares they put on those cars factory.
Oh, and
The
the
shit just
BBS
looks so good.
baskets. Oh,
Oh,
my
yeah.
god.
Such a good car.
Yeah.
See,
gorgeous.
BMW knew what the fuck they were doing back
yeah.
in the day.
So I'm sitting in some dude's office and I get a tap on the shoulder going, "Do you see what I brought in?" And I'm like, "No, I don't know fucking clue what you brought in. There's 50,000 cars in the parking lot. What the fuck do you mean?" And he's like, "The BMW." And I'm go, "Oh, yes. Okay, so it's not your car. It's Todd Peterson's car."
Nice.
And
From Vivint.
yes,
Okay.
because his brother works for us as
Oh,
a
yeah.
like, a lead engineer. And so it's all clicking. I'm like, that's like $150,000 car sitting out in the parking lot. So he goes, shows it to me, and I'm like, I'm looking underneath the hood, and it was perfectly restored,
Hell
like
yeah.
like top to bottom. And it has a big fucking turbo too. It looked like
They're a big. I think it's a triple K.
yeah, it looked
It's
like
a big boy.
They're like
mid
K24s
40s
or something
yeah,
like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're big.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, they are not small.
yeah.
No, it's. I think it's the same size turbo that Audi was using on their 20 valve 5-cylinder.
Oh wow, yeah. So I wouldn't he let me look at it and get some photos of it, and I don't know if you knew this about the what do you call them the TTIs
TII.
TII
Yeah, TII.
The bottom bumper they put 2002 BMW backwards.
Yeah, so you can read it in the mirror.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which I'm also kind of just like that car during this era would not be behind anything.
It'd be coming up on you.
Oh,
Oh,
true.
yeah, for sure.
I think the marketing ploy was like they were trying to chase down like
The Autobahn stuff.
well they were chasing down like early 80s Porsches,
That
late 70s Porsches. with
well,
those
and
cars.
the SLs from that era were fucking rocket ships
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, you've got a lot of the V8 Roadster Mercs.
Yeah.
And then you had the Porsches.
Because I think 74 was 76 that the Mercedes started dropping the newer generation.
Mhm.
Yeah, it wasn't the curvy ones anymore. It was the
Right, they're start-
R140s.
They were starting to get a little
Yeah.
more edgy, bulky.
Yeah.
74, you had the Carrera RS, the 2.7.
Oh,
Yeah.
and that
that
was
thing
a
first
rocket
showed
ship.
up. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
you also-
and
you also
that was a almost 200 horsepower car.
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
So they were high strung too.
Well,
Mhm.
and then like 74, I think that's when the Datsun came out too. I don't know if that went straight to Europe, but like again, that
So
was
I'm-
a rocket
you
ship
had-
for its era,
You had Z cars. You had
and nothing British was producing at that time was even comparable. But
no, they were quirky little roadsters.
No,
but there was
yeah,
nothing
the-
quick.
no,
really.
I
I mean,
mean,
I
the
guess you
Triumph-
had
the-
like turbo Opals and shit.
well,
Yeah.
the Triumph V8s were those put some power
And
down,
those- they-
Yeah,
but those
those-
weren't Autobahn cars at all.
But no, those were something like if you looked at it wrong, it wasn't going to start for 3 weeks.
Yeah, or it was going to flip on you and murder you and your entire family.
For some
Right.
odd reason, the firing order would just change randomly.
Huh, that
Damn,
sounds
this
very
starts to sound
British.
like my Taurus.
Well, and then like Italians were making some okay stuff. Like that's like the start of like the body
So
style
you
for the
could- you could get,
biturbos.
like
Like the-
when did they start making like the 308s and shit? That was late
That-
70s, wasn't it?
late
Yeah.
70s.
Well, but you could get the 348s
Oh yeah, that's true.
in early 70s.
I mean, not that it was very comparable, but you had like the 365 GTBs and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
I
The
mean,
365
when
Daytonas.
when did the Countach start? When did the
Mira?
81?
Yeah, the
okay? So you're racing down Miras then at that
yeah.
point.
I mean,
Probably, yeah.
yeah. Like it was. I think it was the Geneva Auto Show. Lamborghini brings out the Mira. Ferrari's just like, here's the Daytona.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. Like we want. Like no. We are giving you a front engine rear wheel drive like Grand Tour.
That
Yeah.
would have been
And that's one of my favorite Ferraris.
Oh, dude,
And
they're
I know
so-
Pizza Dad would approve of that.
Oh yeah.
Like the first Ferrari I ever sat in was a 365 GTB4.
I'm just imagining it at Geneva.
Alexa's got some taste. 911
Hey,
Carrera is a great
yeah.
car. Yeah.
What's
I'm
up?
big.
I'm just imagining it now, just like the Miura and the Daytona swiveling, and the aerosol, they'll meet eyes,
Yeah.
and they'll swivel back like
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
oh. And, like the
Oh.
Daytona in blue too.
Oh yeah. That
Ooh.
blue.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because I don't think like.
So I've seen a white Daytona before with red
Oh.
interior. That's a combo.
I
That's a porn
See,
star combo.
see, I am like. So it was the 70s. So everything was like champagne with like tan or
Yeah.
brown.
Mhm.
The Daytona with like their weird champagne and like their like. It wasn't like awful American brown. It was
Right.
one of those just like
It was that creamy, luxurious chocolate.
like Italian loafer.
Yeah.
Like
Ooh.
yeah.
Yeah, we're not talking 78 Chrysler Corinthian leather.
No, because
You're
Ricardo,
shit brown with wood
Yeah.
paneling.
Ricardo Montalban is not pimping this.
No.
God. Yeah, because like the other thing that the early 70s was a weird ass era for cars,
Dude,
though.
it so was.
But it was great though.
Yeah.
I love 70s cars.
I don't think any manufacturer except the US stuff had a decade in the 70s. Because like I feel like at least maybe count me if I'm wrong. Because
Okay,
how I
well,
see it,
I actually,
okay, well let's.
this
I
is
could kind of
what I
vibe
hear.
with that.
50s was British. British had the 50s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
they had
like
the
Morgans and
Roadsters,
Astons.
yeah.
and-
Yeah, like they had that was kind of their heyday.
Yeah,
Like
50s were definitely British.
60s
UK.
were American. The Americans took it
Muscle
with
cars.
their muscle
Yep.
cars.
muscle. Yeah, like we took it and ran with it.
The 70s is like this weird like
Yeah, the
like
70s
everyone was trying
Well,
to figure shit out.
The European cars were really kind of making their own in the 70s.
Because like
Yeah.
we Alpina started coming out in the
Yeah.
70s and we got the shark noses and they were looking good. But I think where we really started to see the German market was the 80s. 80s were German
Yeah,
because we got the E36 or sorry, E30.
Yeah,
we
we
got
the 190E.
the
I mean, that was
190E.
yeah,
Yeah.
we were getting a lot of
The
getting a lot
Porsches
of
were
their-
doing turbo 930s.
Yeah,
we were getting
yeah,
a lot of boost, a lot of fuel injection,
yeah,
a lot of the smaller motors and
A lot of Bosch
Grand
fuel
Touring.
injection, not KIS either.
yeah.
Good stuff.
But then also the 80s in Japan, like
No, I think 90s the Japanese took
I think it
in
was
the 90s.
late 80s when
Yeah,
Japan
late
really
80s when
started
they
taking
kinda-
like 88, 87.
yeah,
Well, but
So
like,
we
what
might
stuff-
as well just say because everything that started in the late 80s in Japan
oh yeah,
carried on into the earlier
and got
mid
better
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the 90s.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, because
And the 90s was all Japan.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like granted, like like the Mark III's were
well, yeah, it was like it seemed
Yeah,
like
see, he gets it.
yeah, it was like mid 80s is when Japan was just like, hey, we're making all the cool electronics that everybody else is buying.
yeah.
Right, exactly.
Why don't we combine that
Right.
with
'Cause
these
you-
dead reliable cars we have?
Right.
And
Yeah.
here we are.
And then yeah,
And then and of course because Japan is Japan, they're the ADHD of anything.
mhm.
Mhm.
They hyper focus so hard on building these niche market cars.
Oh god.
So now you've got these econo boxes that were really good by themselves. Now you have sport models
Oh yeah.
yeah.
of these econo boxes. And because Japan can't leave anything well enough the fuck alone, now you've got like these little turbo 1.5s and turbo 1 liters, and you've got all this super efficient shit that makes the same horsepower as the
Well, yeah.
motor twice the
Well,
size.
and I feel like what the Japanese kind of perfected, which is what the Germans started doing later, was we got a Civic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now we got a Civic S, or not S, but we have a Civic SI.
Yeah.
Now we have a Civic SIR.
Yeah.
And
Where
then
like
you-
the Germans weren't really doing that in the
No,
80s.
it was
No, they weren't.
Because it was like even like with Mercedes, like okay, well, you get 2 engine options or 3 engine options, but they're not hot cars.
like it was like a very hot German car was something like you kind of had to make it yourself.
Yeah. Well, but
Or it was a rare thing because they're like, well, we want to go racing to stick it to those boys on the other side of the country, so
Mhm.
Right.
we need to build just enough of them.
and why I want to come back to the Germans, primarily the Germans being the Germans in the 80s were the best, was that we saw Roof, we saw AMG,
Yep.
and we started to get some tickling of the M.
Yeah.
Those all started in the 80s.
Right.
And then like we also got
Well, I mean, there are a bunch of
tuners as well too.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
tuner
there's a-
companies
yeah.
that have come and gone.
Yeah.
Some that have stuck around.
Is
But
Connie
Koenig?
Koenig.
was that Japanese or German?
Koenig, I'm pretty sure was Italian.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was
I
definitely
think
on the
Koenig
continent.
was Italian, but they did stuff for all kinds of cars.
Yeah.
I
Well,
feel
but
like
there's shit with like the Ferraris.
Well,
I
yeah.
feel like I remember at one point that Koenig was, or Koenig, I guess is how it's pronounced, was like somewhat partially responsible for introducing Chrysler to Lamborghini,
That wouldn't surprise me.
and
that
and
seems-
was and ended up being the reason why they kind of got in bed together, and then
Mm-hmm.
the aluminum Viper V10 happened,
Yeah.
and you got all that steamrolled shit. But I don't
Well,
know.
well,
Oh, yeah.
who the fuck introduced Chrysler to Maserati? Because they They deserve a special place in hell.
Pretty sure that's because of Lamborghini partnership as well.
Yeah.
They-
I almost
that's a
guarantee.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, have you ever wanted a Maserati LeBaron?
No.
Because I sure as fuck do.
Okay.
I mean, who doesn't?
It's a car that you
need to
keep
get
in the
a-
garage.
We need to get in
here's-
on this Radwood shit before it finally cools
There's a
off.
dude who has like 2 of them. Okay, hold on,
Here's the thing, real quick.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
go
gotta
ahead.
say, all right, Turbo LeBaron, right?
Yeah.
with
You make it better by turning it into a Maserati, right?
The TC parts.
and then you make it even better. And this is all factory, by the way. You make it even better with a 5-speed. And then to top the cherry, right? Cherry on top of the whipped cream, right? It's the twin cam head, the turbo 3 motor.
Yep.
With a Maserati valve cover, a Chrysler 5-speed, in a LeBaron rebranded as a fucking Maserati.
And the best part is that all just fucking works.
and it
Yeah.
all totally
Yeah.
worked. And
Oh,
it's a $2,000 car right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Even with Radwood pricing, it's
Yeah.
a $2,000 car.
oh yeah.
So
People hated these things worse than fucking the base model Omni, for fuck's sake.
so the Omni's got some cool wheels though.
Fuck yeah, they do. The
Yeah.
pepper pots, man.
Oh
Hell yeah.
The fact they're 4x100, I've seen a Civic dumped on Omni pepper pots before.
Hell
and
yeah.
that is a fucking steez.
So I actually have shit my grandpa's neighbor said story about the Maserati.
Oh boy.
Oh god, that's such a great one.
Yeah, who
So-
wouldn't?
Did I ever talk to you guys about? I think his name was Pete. I'm not gonna say his last name, but Pete. That was his name.
But by the way, AJ, my grandma used to have a 5-speed turbo LeBaron.
Oh.
Wow.
But I worked for a guy named Pete. The dude was fucking weird. Like I was sitting there, I tell him, like, oh, I bought
You know,
this.
most everybody I know named Pete is either is filthy rich or eccentric as fuck, if not an unhealthy combination of both.
Yeah, I work for a dude who's the latter.
This dude's not
Unhealthy
rich.
combination of both.
He's like, if it wasn't for his wife, he'd be on the streets.
Hell yeah.
But like this is how weird he is. Like he would like, I was telling him about my Cadillac because at the time I bought the Cadillac, I knew him. Oh,
Yeah, you
I
got
bought
the
this
Fleetwood,
Fleetwood,
that's right.
and he's like, oh yeah, that's a really cool car. Yeah, well, don't ever do cocaine. And then he goes on this like 4.5-minute rant about not doing cocaine, and I'm like,
I bought a Fleetwood. By the way, son, don't ever do cocaine.
and I'm like, thank you. Like I didn't know that until now. I'm glad you're the one who's informed me that coke is bad. Thank you.
No idea.
I don't know. I feel like I could trust Coke that was sold to me by a guy in a Fleetwood.
Oh, absolutely. Because
I'm just throwing
Oh
that
yeah,
out.
no, you.
I'll buy all
definitely
kinds
could.
of illicit drugs from a guy in a full body caddy.
how else do you do it?
If he rolls up in a Delta 88, I'm gonna be sketched out.
Oh yeah,
All
yeah.
right?
Yeah, no,
None of this. None
So-
of this.
gonna
I-
give you that shit that just like Ajax.
Yeah.
just
So-
fucking burns.
So I had him at my shop.
Baking
I was
soda and Comet.
um,
like good boy.
I had him at my shop because I was doing suspension work on his daughter's car. I think I can't remember what it was, but he starts sitting there and goes, oh, "There's a lot of fancy cars in this shop." Again, being Ryan shop, so there's like the DeLorean and the C3 and the C7.
Probably had at least one FD in there
I,
at the time.
I think, but no, there was one. There was something wrong. There's less than
So-
4. Where yeah,
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
a couple FDs in there, and I think he was sitting there looking at the DeLorean. He goes, "Oh, that's a weird looking car. Is that the one from the Back to Future movie?" I'm like,
Mhm.
Yep. "Oh, that Marty McFly really knew what he was doing." I was like, "Dude, just shut the fuck up." So he goes,
Well, Marty McFly really knew what he was doing.
he goes,
Gotta go ahead and say, don't do that, AJ.
God,
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and veto the coke habit.
yep.
I mean, unless you can buy it in bulk and save $1.
Yeah, unless you can get that shit Costco prices.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, 5 pound sack.
So he's like,
2.5 keys.
Coggies.
he goes, "Oh, I knew a guy. He had a furniture store." And I'm like, "Oh, this is a great fucking story. This is going to go somewhere immense."
Raymond Charles Willie.
You beat cancer and went back to the carpet store? Boo.
And he goes,
Hey,
somewhere
this guy's taking
he's taking him off grid.
he's taking Roy off the
Right,
grid.
Roy,
He
there
doesn't
we
have a
go.
social security number.
This is the second time in a week that Rick and Morty episode has popped up in my life. It happened on Friday. I got roped into helping Hayden work on his fucking RX-8. And by the way, I only really talked to Hayden at like events and everything.
Drift events, yeah.
Yeah, talking to him more now Yeah, we're like the same goddamn person.
Yeah, that's probably why you guys don't hang out too much. I guess.
It's probably for the fucking best. It's one of those. It's just like, man, like we are way too much alike.
I love that.
Yes, he's like, oh, the carpet store from the sugar house.
I
I'm
think
like-
there is a Third Eye Blind song about doing cocaine with Drano.
Jesus Christ.
That wouldn't surprise me. So,
It is indeed a semi-charmed kind of life.
oh, absolutely. So I'm like, oh, that's super cool.
Love
Super
it.
cool, Pete. Like, that's awesome. Yeah, cool for you. He goes, well, he had this car, and I never seen one like it. I'm like, I bet I have.
This guy owns a furniture store. He's probably driving around in a fucking Bricklin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Oh, one of my friends had one of them there dang old DeLoreans, man. It was painted neon green.
I go, well, what car was this, Pete? And he goes, oh, it was a Chrysler, but back in the 80s. And I was like, oh, God, where's this going? Where's this
boy.
going?
Back in the 80s, yeah. So it's either got boost pressure, an unreliable Mitsubishi V6, or you're going to tell me a horror story about a pickup.
There it is.
Yep.
Pet dogs.
Just, yeah. Put
Yep.
that on
Yeah.
There you go. Yep.
Yep.
Pugs,
The
not
more you
drugs.
know.
Hugs, not drugs.
Pugs, not drugs.
Pugs, not
Goddamn
drugs.
right.
Yep.
Kitties and titties.
Hey. You might be right, AJ, but the joke was better.
He was like, oh, it was a Chrysler. And back then, I think Chrysler bought Maserati. And I'm like, nope, that didn't happen. Well,
it
they,
should have.
Well, they built this car, and I go, the Maserati TC by LeBaron, or LeBaron TC by Maserati. He goes, no. But
Chrysler
it was.
TC by Maserati.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He goes, no. But it was a Chrysler product, but they were all shipped in from Italy. They were all built there in Italy, and they were Maseratis when they were LeBarons. I'm like I fucking said. And I go, I know what you're talking about. It's the LeBaron Chrysler fucking Maserati TC.
Damn, AJ.
No. You have no idea. You've never
They
seen
did
this
a lot of
before.
Day drinking.
Chrysler did so much productive shit in the 80s.
It just wasn't good.
No, they prototyped the Cummins in the D250,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
D350, the trucks.
the big boys.
Yeah, and then all the front wheel drive K-based cars that
Mhm.
saved Chrysler.
Yeah.
They were
Lee Iacocca.
hemorrhaging money
Not
in the
Lee
late
Iacocca.
70s.
So-
Yeah. Lee
Iacocca,
Iacocca.
that
That
saved
was
like
Lee Iacocca. Yeah.
Lee Iacocca.
Somewhere, I think maybe in this house, I actually have like Lee Iacocca's autobiography.
Oh shit,
Oh,
that
fuck
would
yeah.
be awesome to read.
The 80s. He's on the cover with like holding, I think, a picture of a Grand Caravan or like the Caravan.
So, case in point, too,
oh yeah.
America, Chrysler specifically, were the first ones to do the minivan.
Yes.
Yes.
We started the minivan. Japan just made it better.
Yes.
You can't deny that. Nobody can deny that.
No.
We
What-
did
what is
the
the definition
original
of-
Caravan and
what-
the original Voyager. That was the first minivan.
What is the definition of a minivan?
And after that,
No, hold on, no. Come
Well, what
back to this.
what are you defining? Zach, give me an example of what
Okay,
you
so
think.
there are two words here. There's the word mini
No.
and the word van.
Mini in and of itself is not a word. Mini becomes part of the van.
What does mini stand for, Mike?
It's a diminutive van. It is a smaller van.
Okay, mini, small.
Yes.
What is a big van?
A van.
Okay, what does a van do? Is it long?
they Van Gogh.
Is it long, Mike?
Some-
Does it seat more than 4 people?
Are you talking about are you trying to just shoehorn a fucking station wagon in here?
No, actually, no. I'm going way off script on this one.
Zach, can you
This is an interesting hill to die on, and I'm kind of here for it. I want to
I
see how
mean,
far into the dirt
they-
you get your own deck.
they can be long, but I mean they were a utilitarian vehicle.
Did they have
Look at
lots?
the transit van.
Okay, but was
So here's the thing:
Do
the minivan,
seats fold to access space to gain storage space in
In-
minivans?
In the original
Initially, they
minivans? No.
yeah, initially they did not.
No.
They
Yeah,
do make
Jesus, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, Mike, is it long?
I can't
Is it long?
just subscribe
So-
to the Cam OnlyFans to find
might,
out.
Might I posit to you this stand here?
Okay.
Minivan is we'll say subcompact size in reference to a full size van.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Okay, that's what I'm going
So
for.
Okay.
mid size.
Can you fit 4 people in it, Mike?
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
So
there's really only room for one.
van washed. So van washed on heat. Okay.
What?
Shrunk just a little bit, right?
What?
With a front engine, front wheel drive based drivetrain.
No, but the first minivans weren't front wheel drive though.
They absolutely were.
What was the first minivan, Zach?
The Dodge Caravan.
Are you
and
going
the
to say the
Plymouth
Volkswagen
Voyager.
Microbus?
Actually, no. I was going to go with the Defender 110 because
Because
in my mind.
that's a utility
That's
vehicle.
no.
That
like,
was
how-
before they called them SUVs.
Yeah, that's like
because there wasn't much
That's a
it is-
farm implement. That's closer to a pickup truck than it is a minivan.
It quite literally is. Let's be real here.
It really. I mean,
I really want to buy myself a
Guys
Range-
bought D90s and D110s because they couldn't afford an Unimog.
true. But also, is it smaller than the Unimog?
I mean,
Does
it
it
depends.
fit more people than the
It
Unimog?
depends on what model. If you
Yeah.
got a 406 Doka, that thing's about the size of your Subaru.
Yeah. You get the small ones. That was the hill I was trying to die on, and I think I successfully died on it.
Yeah, your dick is buried real
Yeah.
deep in the dirt.
That's fine.
You are man.
But that's the thing is minivan was a smaller than full size van.
Yeah.
That was
I hate this.
mostly front engine front.
I
wheel
hate
drive.
this.
what?
Yeah, Wikipedia that shit. Tell me how right I am.
What is a minivan?
I mean, we have a minivan parked just like 110 feet that way.
A small van, typically one fitted with seats for back passengers. Huh? What does a Defender do?
Zach, you could also make that argument about almost every fucking vehicle. Is the fucking Impala station wagon a minivan?
I mean,
Yes.
technically, it's more of a pickup than it is a minivan.
Yeah,
It's more of a boat.
the minivan.
Body
is,
on frame. Come on now.
the
Listen,
mini-
Has the tow rating of a 2500 light duty Silverado. Come on now.
minivan is
some
a North
states
American.
require you to have a CDL to drive it.
The minivan is a North American car classification for vehicles designed to transport passengers in their rear seating rows with the configuration with configurable seats. What does the Defender do?
Breakdown.
Does it have configurable seats in the rear, Mike?
I don't know. Does it?
Those jump seats?
Does it, Zach? Do they have convertible seats, Zach?
Yes, they do, Dave.
Does it have seats in the back?
Yes, it does. It's actually probably one of the first three rows.
So then, what classifies a van?
Oh my god!
Do they all have to have seats in the back?
Oh my god! It's the first 4-row vehicle.
What?
1, 2, 4.
I think that
Okay,
Technically,
you
the
have-
1953
Seat?
Kaiser
you have a-
M35A1 was the first 4-row vehicle.
and there's a bench there, and there's a bench here, and a bench here, so you can take your farm buddies.
we
And
don't
your
know,
dog.
AJ, don't know. But I think you're describing
So-
2 rows and 2 columns.
So you remember the earlier conversation
Yeah.
about cocaine?
Okay, moving on to anything but the cocaine subject to end my hill to die on about fucking seats.
Snorting comet.
Cut it with Ajax next time.
I don't know. Do I have any other stories? I don't
Probably
know.
not. I hope not.
I hope not. Fuck
Wow.
you. Fuck you.
He is trying to call a Defender a minivan.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm going for it.
It's a very, I mean, listen.
Do you know how many Land Rover people you were pissing off right
Oh,
there?
all of them. If I go to Orlando, I'm going to be beheaded
Yeah.
on site.
You know, if they-
Yeah, and then they're gonna have to tow all their shit away.
Yeah. Man, they're gonna be
They're
real
gonna
pissed
drive
if-
the tow truck over your lifeless corpse.
They're gonna be real pissed if they can get a ride to meet up to fight you.
No shit.
It's such that meme. If these kids could read, they'd be very cross with you. If
Those
these
kids
people
could
could
read, they'd
drive,
be angry with you.
these people could drive, they'd be very mad at you. How long has your Series 1 been on jack stands? Oh, since the 80s? Cool.
Hey. Yeah.
Since your Series 2's been on jack stands? Since the 80s? Cool.
Hey, do you know how do you make your Land Rover reliable?
You put a V8 in it that's
Yeah.
not built by anything surrounded by water. Like,
You put the axles under a Volvo.
that's worse. No,
Where's Glenn?
where's Glenn? I think Glenn would be actually cross with that.
No.
No.
No, see, here's the thing. I know a guy in Arizona that has a lifted 740 turbo wagon
Ooh,
that he put a Cherokee grill on
Hey,
and he put
hateful.
Jeep badges on the hatch just to
That's
fuck with
hateful.
people.
perfect.
And on more than one occasion have people come into the store he works at and been like, "Hey, where'd you get a 2-wheel drive Cherokee?"
They are frog and pant.
that's not how that works. God. I need more cornbread.
Go get more cornbread.
I don't want to walk
I
in there.
repeated that statement in my head, and it was more entertaining the
Oh, that's
second time.
great.
Good God, man.
Yeah,
It's been a great episode.
this has been stellar. I
Yeah.
mean, it was pretty good,
And then it got great because you got heated about minivans.
and then you tried to go Defender is minivan.
So, by this logic, do vans, like full-size vans, have to have seats to transport passengers in order to be classified as a van?
Like,
Around the U.S.
because
government.
what's a delivery van? Does
Actually,
the chicken tax apply to those? What about those 70s vans that had the teardrop windows, the bean bags, and they, like people fucked your mom on like shag carpet?
waterbed, quadraphonic sound, and now strobe light. Welcome to the second base.
With
Bill.
the-
that
with the 13
chromium
CRT.
That chromium oxide 8-track deck.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah, only the finest that
Um,
Sony and Magnavox had to offer.
baby, don't fear the
Box.
reaper, nor the wind, the summer, or rain.
I actually saw a puce.
Yes.
Look up the fucking color, by the way. I saw a puce 70s Chevy van on
Oh.
those Western slot wheels.
Yes,
Staggered, of course.
I'll have to.
Stink bugged like a
Oh.
motherfucker with the big chin spoiler
Ooh,
and
baby.
not one, but two teardrop windows.
Do you know what I have playing in my head right now? Is
How
the
big
fucking.
was the wizard on the side?
Actually didn't have any airbrushing on it.
Oh, that's.
But that's not to say that if you went inside it,
Oh.
just above the disco ball, there could have been some type of like
Oh, there was some
straight
black,
up temple painting.
There was some black light artwork going on,
Had to be.
and
God.
also some black light artwork.
It
Oh,
re-
God.
It reminds me of there was a Chevy G20 van I saw in the junkyard,
Oh,
Pull and
God.
Save, the other day. It was one of those like ski bum like camper conversions,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
That somebody did themselves. One whole wall was beer bottle caps. The other wall was all mosaic tile that I think was Breckenridge, Colorado. I'm not entirely sure.
That's
So
amazing.
I just have what is it? I have the Convoy songs playing in my head right now. He had a chartreuse minibus, or what I think what it is. Let the guy in the chartreuse minibus pull on
You
in.
get a chartreuse microbus.
Yeah, microbus. There we go.
Yeah.
Choose microbus.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
That's a good song.
Yeah, see, they weren't minivans; they were microbuses.
Buses. Dude, that song. Do you know that song works so well? Is when I'm dropping into fourth to fucking do 90 up Soldier Summit, and that song comes on next.
We got a great big convoy checking in through the night.
Fucking you just go from the fourth to the
You were-
third. Yeah,
You were a little flat on that one.
Yeah. that was it. Yeah.
Oh my god, to your auto trip. Hey man.
God,
Shit, yes.
yeah.
Atta
Breckenridge
boy.
is beautiful. Honestly, like if I could trust people on like open roads with me on a motorcycle, I'd ride a bagless Goldwing up there.
Oh,
Like I would love
Okay,
to cruise
this-
up to Breckenridge.
Speaking of motorcycles, do you know what gets me hard?
I actually don't want to continue this conversation with you.
I mean, I have a few ideas, but I'm really hoping they're nothing you're about to say.
I want a stripped Goldwing so fucking
Okay,
bad.
all
There
right.
we go.
See, okay. I vibe with this.
I mean, I can.
I vibe with this. Okay,
Support
so
it.
here's the thing. I never really was into Goldwings, right? I was like, Honda
They're
bike,
so
whatever.
well-engineered,
I'm like,
though.
yeah, and they are. Before I knew this, like I would just look at a full-bodied Goldwing with all the bags and the visors and all the vents and shit, and I'm just like, it's just fucking 80s Honda mech porn.
Well, I
Like,
also-
that's really all it is. I wasn't
Yeah.
into mech shit back in the day,
Oh yeah.
And then I heard one with straight pipes.
Sounds
But, like I was I'm in traffic in my Integra, and I heard what sounded to me like a straight piped Porsche.
it sounds
So
like my
I'm
Subaru,
looking
yeah.
for the 964,
Mhm.
right? And this fucking Goldie passes me, and I'm like, "You got to be fucking shitting me!"
Hi, Catalyst.
These things have flat sixes.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then I went down the rabbit hole on
like
those.
like 1.2 liter flat sixes.
So
or
it was
1.4s.
it was like 6 or 7 years ago. I found a cafe racer like Street Fighter bike forum.
Yeah.
And one of the moderators on this forum had a naked Goldwing. Like he took every body panel off of this thing.
I think they're like a mono chassis underneath.
They are.
Yeah.
And they're insane looking. It looks like a 90s sport bike
Yeah.
with a big fucking motor on it. Right. And he had like some beefy tires on it, some like race style tires on it, and like a nice seat. And he changed the handlebars up a little bit and it had one round headlight on it, you know, and of course, straight piped. So it had the 3-to-1 collectors on
Yeah.
each side, and then just followed the swing arm straight out, and then it's just bevel cut.
Yep.
and I thought that was just the sickest looking bike.
Nice.
And now knowing what they sound like, knowing that they could look like that, yeah, get me a fucking Goldie. Especially knowing that those things also have the option for a reverse.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
there's
shit.
I could be
spin-
the
yeah.
ultimate lazy motherfucker.
Do you know how it works?
No.
Basically, you put it in gear and then
Nope.
it has a little pinion drive that pops in and you back it up.
Nope. It spins the starter motor in reverse.
Does it really?
It 100% does. It 100% does. At least on some models. I don't know about all of them, but the ones I've looked up, it spins the alternate or the starter motor in reverse. But you were talking about Porsche sounds, dude. Okay, I heard the sexiest one. So I was in Lehigh last night, and do you know where the new the new off ramp in front of like the dinosaur museum?
Yeah.
I was sitting at that light waiting to turn, and I see a 930.
Okay.
And it had 3-piece wheels, but it was like it's like the Porsche style with the 3-piece wheels. I was like, oh, that's fucking sexy. And I'm like, oh, that's gonna sound so good. So I crack the window down a little bit, turn off the music, and he goes onto the on ramp, and he revs the thing. That engine's built like it was like $7 or $8 grand.
Ooh.
And then, pa.
Hell yeah.
It's fucking turboed.
Yeah.
It's
You know,
fucking
I
turboed.
love that even like a stock turbo 930 shoots flames.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like even with cats,
Oh yeah.
like,
Have you seen the photos and videos of 996s with anti-lag?
oh yeah.
They're mean.
Oh yeah, they're pissed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And like that's just like it's like a stock base model, like or like a stock anti-lag tune. Like that's not something crazy either.
No.
It's not like we're dumping so much extra fuel. No, it's just we're just making this thing mad.
Right. Yeah, it was absolutely a car that was going to kill you anytime you put your right foot down.
Oh yeah. I've seen so many videos of people. Okay, so do you know what the mod is for the 996 X50 package cars?
Mm.
Is you drop the turbo size, you go down like one size.
Huh.
They spool faster.
Mhm.
They make more power and more torque.
Which is surprising.
Yeah, they fucked up the turbo size from factory.
Which I mean, I guess doesn't really surprise me.
Yeah.
I think half of the appeal for crazy motherfuckers
Mhm.
with those cars was that boost was just a light
Yeah.
switch in
Oh,
those
yeah.
things. It was like the old 80s Audis, right?
Yeah.
It was like lag until $4 grand and then it hit you like a sledgehammer and then you were
Mhm.
tickling the limiter.
That was like Jackson's Z32 before he fucked it 7 ways to sundown. When it was on 14 psi on one bank and 19 on the other bank. that was the same thing too. It was an auto car, so it was weird. So like you'd be going, you would hit the kick down, and it would go and then it would drop, and you'd still be out of boost.
Yeah.
Until you'd be going, you'd be picking a little speed, and then boost would kick, and it would just go whop, and it would just kick out as soon as it did it.
Yeah.
It was mean.
Yeah. Turbo V6s are great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ra-ta-ta-ta.
Speaking of turbo V6s,
Yes.
we finally tore down the S4
Ooh.
engine.
Ooh, yeah, the one that went kaboom.
Yeah, the one that Carter fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job, Carter. He ain't listening. Nobody from
What
Mortis.
what happened?
So here's what the piston looks like.
Ooh, someone set us up the bomb.
No, that's not like bad. That's melted.
Yeah,
I've never seen a piston melt like that
So did-
before.
Oh no, we
So
found
did
chunks
they
of the
just-
ringland.
So did they just jack the timing way up, or did they just run that one lean or something?
Carter thinks it was more pre-detonation than it was just being lean as shit.
Okay, all right.
But
Well,
no,
it
he
was,
was just-
it was on a pump gas tune, wasn't it?
Pretty sure it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Run some good 91.
But yeah, no, it might have been ethanol because we got like
Yeah,
3
okay.
fucking barrels. But
Mm.
Okay.
yeah, no, he was just like
Yeah, at
running.
least you guys are running it out of barrels instead of the shit we get in Utah County.
Yeah, no, yeah, come on, we're gonna. God, my favorite story is so Pete, owner,
Yes.
eccentric man.
Yes.
When UMC was doing the roll races,
Mhm.
they took the red S6 out there.
Ooh.
So it's Pete in the driver's seat, Carter riding shotgun.
C8 or C9?
I think it's a C7 or C8.
7. So what engine? Let's just ask that.
It's
What
the
engine?
twin turbo V8.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, so
I'm sure Homeboy was in the passenger seat data logging.
no, he was street
should
tuning
be.
that fucker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, because they wanted to go out and hurt some
on the
feelings.
fucking fly, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
because that was the plan. It's just like, hey, we're gonna go do this and hurt some feelings.
hurt some feelings and some ringlets.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah, and then they ran out of gas. Like they were in line, and
Damn.
yeah, so
I mean, not like you couldn't see it, right? It probably said like 0 miles to empty for the last 3 polls.
Probably. It was just one of those, just like, God damn.
Sorry to pull this way off topic.
Oh,
Remember the time
Damn.
that we thought we were gonna run Jeep out of gas coming from the
yeah.
the proving grounds?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
got there and it said 0 before I got there,
Mhm.
and then we drove into town. Which I don't know, it was maybe only 3 or 4 miles.
I think it was maybe 3
Yeah.
miles.
Ooh.
But yeah, because
Man,
the
I used to like play that game professionally.
okay,
So
Kramer.
in the wagon that Glenn now owns, back when Asian Mike had it,
Mhm.
and we would use it as like the work truck, right?
I
I played games with that, especially because Mike made the mistake of telling me that was inaccurate because I guess the fuel pump had been replaced and
You never told me that.
the pickup was a little bit shorter now than it originally was because like they split the hose or something, so they cut it short, right? So there would always be like a gallon or two left. And so the car would be like, 15 miles until empty, and you'd run it the fuck out, right? Well, and I'd play with it in the rental all the time too.
there's
was
the
one
plow
of
truck
those-
story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where I'm
God.
swishing around the fucking jerry can in the passenger seat, trying to get the
Yeah.
tube to suck up every last fucking drop.
Well, I was out there last weekend, and I'm like, yeah. So this is where we started walking to get back to it when we ran out the second time. That's a good story for people. I got to tell them at some point.
Yeah. Well, speaking of fucking like E39 5 Series, guess what I have seen and I feel like God is taunting me with?
What?
It's either an E39 540i with an exhaust or an M5.
Okay, single or dual?
I have not.
Oh, you've just heard it.
I've seen it passing just by here
okay,
on 7th, and then on my date, as we were walking around downtown, I saw it and heard it again.
Okay.
But-
Same car, I'm sure. The audio signature doesn't lie.
Not the audio signature. It is a Dakar yellow E39.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And there's
that
not
has,
as many
that
of
has
those.
to be an individual package then.
Either
It has to be an M5 because
Yeah.
I don't think you could get a yellow
Holy, you're saying 5 Series? What
5
the
Series.
fuck?
5
Yeah.
Series.
yeah, no.
E39.
I
You
don't
could
have
get an
ever seen a
E35
photo of one, let alone.
You can get an E39
Yeah, E39
M5
M5.
individual, which meant you
You
selected
paid, yeah.
that you chose what interior and what paint
Yeah.
color you wanted on the car. That's the only way you can get the
That's
Hellrot.
insane.
Yeah, you get the Hellrot
You
red.
get the Hellrot red
Oh, is
with
that
the
like the-
black leather interior.
Yeah,
Is that
the
the
only
deep
way
red?
you can get an
yeah.
It's the only way you can get an E39 M5 and Hellrot.
Yeah. So it's either like somebody chose to paint this thing themselves, it is an individual package car, or it is a wrap. But whatever it is, it has a BMW V8 in there and it has an exhaust.
Yes,
And-
it is a factory color,
Yeah,
just
Dakar yellow-
not typically on M5s.
Oh,
Yeah, Dakar yellow is it's you usually
On
see it
the-
on M3, E36 M3s.
on the
Hellrot
8 series.
850
On the
CSI?
8 series,
Yeah, dude.
holy shit, that's
Oh, yeah.
gorgeous.
I
Like when you
knew-
thought Ferraris were hot.
No, I knew a
Fuck.
dude with a Hellrot E36. Yeah, that was. But yeah, no. So I'm like, you remember my brief flirtation with looking at 540i's?
I mean, I still to this day.
Well, my favorite one was it was like $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 540i. I think it was black on black manual.
Like most of them were.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the problem was one side, like somebody just like kind of sideswiped them, but not super hard.
Yeah.
So for the low price of $5,000, you not only got the running and driving 540i 6-speed, you also got like a 535 or like 528i donor car
Oh,
to put all of the body panels.
okay.
Yeah, that thing was also running and driving.
Oh, that's perfect. So swap the panels, missile the 528, and have a sick 540 daily,
Yeah,
or daily the 528 and missile the 540.
yeah. The
'Cause,
only
you
thing
know,
that's
540 shred.
the only thing that's holding me back from like the 540 is the amount of JB weld we had to put on Trent's parents because
I remember that.
like to patch up all the various coolant leaks.
Yeah, but you know those
oh god, I've done that.
so those coolant
We did that
reservoirs-
before Dave went and fucking like burned
It was
fucking
like
hole
a
in his
week
chest
before.
plate.
Yeah.
No, I
remember
think
that.
we did it the day before.
Oh,
Too.
Maybe it was
before
the day before.
before
I did the
Wing
Wing
Coop?
Coop challenge.
Yeah,
So this was back in like 2012.
yeah.
It was a really nice 540 auto. It was a very well
Ooh.
optioned 540.
Oh yeah, it was a great. Yeah, no.
But Ooh, AJ.
Yeah, that's a hell of a
Ooh,
combo,
Le Mans
dude.
Blue with the black and
Oh.
aluminum interior. Ooh.
The aluminum is what gets me,
So yeah, because
Yeah.
most of them had that knurled wood.
which was okay.
And even if you got a black on black 540,
You'd still
you
get
got like the gray knurled
Yeah.
wood.
Yeah.
It's very rare to see the brushed aluminum.
Oh yeah.
Very rare. I actually only think that was an individual option.
Probably.
But I've seen one.
Mm.
Wasn't Le Mans Blue, but I've seen one with the black and aluminum interior.
Damn.
And it was sex.
nice.
Oh
It's
yeah.
on some dope fucking BBS 3 pieces.
Oh, yeah. No, I am still hell bent on like showing up to my place of employ where we make aftermarket parts for Volkswagens and Audis in a German
That
car.
place.
In
In
a
a
German
German
car that's not Volkswagen or Audi.
Yeah. Like nothing would make me happier than just being like, yes, I have returned. I have returned to the Rhineland.
See,
and then show up.
I would be that guy. If I worked at Integrated, I would be that guy that's this fucking eccentric that I would show up in like a Seat or a Skoda.
That would be
Ooh.
wild, dude.
A Skoda.
Hearken, the Brazilian Golf.
Will this fit on my Seat Leona Cup?
My Seat Leon Cupra R,
Wow.
which they are surprisingly cheap. In
But
Brazil.
I would be.
It doesn't surprise
I would go the other way. I'd be like, say hello to my Renault Clio
Ooh,
V6
Yeah.
ooh,
Yeah.
or
Clio,
V8.
Clio Megane RS.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give me that fat wide body.
Give me that Clio that has the mid-engine.
I mean, listen.
Show up in a Saab. Fuck yeah.
Only AJ.
Because we already know Saabs are cool.
Only
yeah.
AJ.
They're the inferior Swedish car. However, they're still cool as fuck.
Our phones
yeah.
are blowing the fuck
Now,
up tonight.
keep
real.
in mind, so there's a page I follow on TikTok that's about like car shit, right? They
Mhm.
just throw up random car shit, facts about them, right? I totally forgot this vehicle existed. Saab 9.7 Aero,
Oh, yeah.
Trailblazer SS.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a
Yeah,
Swedish
yeah,
tuxedo,
yeah.
right? I totally forgot these existed.
Oh, no.
They were
yeah.
for like a year and a half.
It was the Hail Mary to save Saab, which did not save Saab.
I mean, nothing was going to save
No,
Saab.
they were
GM
fucked.
was at the helm.
Yeah,
No.
They were steering straight into that iceberg, and they knew exactly how bad it was going to sink.
Iceberg dead ahead. I think it'd be more dead.
You're steering the wrong way. I know.
We said port, not starboard. You're
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
no,
yeah, the Saab Blazer.
yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I would.
So, I would mob that shit.
Oh, for sure.
You give me
No.
a Camdel
You
S2
want-
and a lowered Saab
well,
9.7 Aero.
I
I don't
want-
give a fuck if it's got the starter key in the fucking console. Give me
Dave,
that shit.
Dave, I want a night panel on a GM vehicle.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Yeah.
I love the night panel feature
Yeah.
on Saabs.
It's cool.
I think it's the coolest shit ever.
Well, yeah, like what I've started doing is like when I would like do my little night drives in the van, I would just turn the lights down a little bit.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah. I'm one of those guys that I like to see my gauges, my instruments clearly. So I usually keep them full or mostly full brightness.
Yeah.
I do
Keeping
max.
in mind that I also own vehicles that were made in the 90s.
Unless if
they
I'm
have very, very limited
Yeah, like
visibility.
your bright is not very bright.
I do full bright on all highway stuff, but if I'm off roading, I drop that down just a little bit.
Oh yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Because then it starts getting overpowering.
Yeah, and it's
I
like
get
it's like going from the very bright gauge cluster to viewing dark stuff outside can be jarring.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, that's man. But no, I honestly so after driving the minivan the way I have been, just all gas, no brakes, like a fucking like any little momentum car, and seeing what fucking shout out to Sally, she picked up an FA5 Civic Si
Yes.
sedan,
Very good.
picked up some fenders from Big Red KSR,
Yes.
so she's doing a full like Type R front end conversion.
Oh.
So I'm just like,
Oh God. Yes.
yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
just
The
like,
Type R sedan we need.
yeah, I'm just like, God damn it, I'm probably just gonna wind up getting like a Civic or something.
Yeah.
Which I mean is not a bad way to go. Let's be real.
Yeah, I mean, 4 doors, 6 speeds, 2 liters, all of the VTEC I need. Yeah.
I mean, you still get to row your own.
Mm-hmm.
Don't they come with LSDs now?
Yeah.
Like the SIs have a limited slip now. Don't
Yeah,
they?
all the SIs had
Okay.
a limited slip.
All right.
I
I didn't
think
know. I didn't know how far back that
I
went.
think that's been pretty standard for a couple of years now.
I
Yeah,
guess
no.
probably since they put the K series in.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm pretty
'Cause I
sure
think
the
all
EM1
K-series
that B16 SI, that transmission had a limited slip. There's some variety in it.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I
And
know
then-
that like the GSRs and shit didn't get them, but
No, the GSRs, for some odd reason, the GSR didn't get it. I don't know why.
which I mean, I guess I could see that as a cost cutting measure, but
Yeah, but then they had that weird, goofy, like only on GSR intake manifold.
yeah, and that was US only, North America only.
That was dumb as hell.
Then you had the Preludes, the BB6 Preludes that had that like
The Type S-
hydraulically assisted
yeah, like
ATTS.
the Type SH with the ATTS.
Yeah, that was some
ATTS.
weird shit. So it was
The
an
active-
advanced traction something
active
system.
torque transfer system.
Active torque transfer. There you go. So it ran off the power steering pump, and it used
Oh,
hydraulic
really?
pressure from the power steering pump.
AJ saw a
Oh,
Mugen
shit.
SI
Wow.
the other day.
I mean, they're still out there,
Yeah, they are.
and they're far more rare than they originally were sitting on the dealer lot because so
real.
many people jacked all the Mugen parts off of them
Mhm.
before they were even sold. So there's that.
Mhm.
But
But anyway, yeah, the ATTS.
yeah, ATTS was weird. It
was-
used power steering hydraulic pressure to operate some torque biasing differential
Yeah.
in the trans.
Yeah, and it was
Weird as fuck.
Yeah, and
Which
the
is
weird-
why if you wanted to build a driver's car, you bought a Type S, not a Type SH.
Yeah, and the dumb thing is, so it was, I believe, it was the H22A4 was
Yes.
in the SH. The engine itself was fine, but
Yeah,
the
it was
problem
great.
was, but like it was just that transmission. Like you
Yeah.
could not get an aftermarket diff for it. Like you
Hmm.
had to run the Honda shit.
Yeah,
That's
Quaif was
fucking weird.
like, yeah, we'll sell you a Prelude SH, torque biasing helical diff, but you have to swap to a Type S trans.
Mm,
Which I mean, bolts in. It's a bolt in.
yeah, yeah, of
Yeah,
course,
it's
yeah.
literally
It's
the
a
same
Honda. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to get myself a BB6,
Same.
dude. Yeah,
Same. Holy shit. I love those cars.
they're fucking gorgeous.
It's
You
a-
remember Norman's?
I do. That
That
thing was mint.
white on white.
Ugh.
Oh, fucking glorious, dude.
Yeah, what he didn't have US spec wheels on that thing. It was like
They were JDM.
yeah. It was the white twin 5 spokes.
Yeah.
With the little red H in them.
Yep.
Ah, God, that was a good looking car.
Dude, yeah.
So, do you want me to finish
Dark.
this off?
That dark blue they came in.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
they're gorgeous. All right, Zach. Yeah, go ahead.
Take it home.
So, I'm going to inform Dave of my current life plan / goals.
Current life plan / goal. That's going to change by next week. But hit me
No,
with
no,
it.
no. This has been solved for like almost a month now.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah?
we're doing good here.
Wow, we got a man with commitment. in
I
the house.
know, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, sell the BMW. That's going away.
Yeah.
And then you get to hold my fucking paint guy, and then it'll go away. I'm probably going to sell the NPR. I'm going to do some fucking Bernies in it before I do it.
Whatever.
But I'm going to do some fucking Bernies in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'm probably going to fucking flip the Subaru as well too.
Yeah. Fuck it. Why not?
Yeah, whatever.
But with all of that, I get the truck paid off.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then next year, I have not a car payment, which means I can buy a new car. And do you know what? I feel like a bougie motherfucker. I'm gonna buy myself an S4.
I mean, you've been talking about this for a year now. You've
Yeah,
wanted an S4 for a while.
be it 0.5 4
So
or a
do it.
911. We're still not sure yet. I might do a 911.
yeah, no, but I think probably
They're going up a lot faster than the S4s are.
yeah, man. I think the S4 is the play here.
Oh, but 911, though, I want to be that dude. I want to be that dude so bad.
Do you fit in an I11?
Oh yeah, 996. Oh fuck yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Super comfy.
I didn't know.
Backseat.
What back seat?
I think they have back seats for insurance purposes.
Oh, yeah.
The only way you're
Probably
fitting in
it.
a back seat is if you're like a
Yeah.
child and just standing there, or if you have a
Yeah.
hacksaw and you're not terribly
Yeah.
like
it's-
committed to walking anymore.
It's like a 2+2 RX-7 or like a 2+2 Z car.
So
right? Like
Yeah.
the back seats for a backpack.
Mhm. So the reason why I love my friend group is every car that we've bought, as anyone in the friend group has bought, we have to fill every seat in it.
okay.
Like the 911, we put 4 people in it and then went for a drive. The Tacoma, we put 4 people in it and went for a drive. The Suburban, we put 8 people in it and went for a drive.
Man,
Every seat must be full.
that is
And also, this is also a very true statement too. Back seats are first for all small dogs.
this is true.
Yes.
This is true.
Yes, 100%. Also, by the way, I follow AJ and Amanda's dog on Instagram
Aw.
because when your homie's dog pops up as a suggested friend on Instagram, you
What?
fucking follow that shit.
That has not popped up. What the
It's like
fuck?
Lucy the something dog. Hold on.
What?
I follow it popped up the other day and I was like, yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. Do. Little black dog called Lucy.
Aw.
Underscores between each word.
All right, we're gonna go find this.
Well, do you want to end this? We got 30 seconds.
Why did it say?
Yeah,
I'm not
might as
following
well.
anymore? There it is.
I mean,
Yeah, 8-year-old Tibetan Spaniel adopted on May of 2021. Adorable Poochie.
aw.
Yeah.
Well, now we're following that.
Yeah, you fucking follow that. Everybody should follow that because
Aw.
Instagram dogs and cats are amazing.
Indeed, so adorable.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah. Well, I don't know. I may or may not be going to Colorado at some point and assaulting a high school student.
I mean, that's always allowed, especially in Colorado.
Yeah. Well, my brother coaches. Well, he teaches history and he also coaches like the girls' basketball team.
Which doesn't surprise me.
And some fucking dipshit assaulted one of his girls.
Ooh.
So
nice.
now there's just going to be a herd of drunk old dudes coming to just dust this kid.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
that needs to happen. Let's go to Colorado to whip some teenage ass.
Meeker, Colorado. We're coming to fucking dust one of your children.
Let's do it.
That you should have raised him better. You should have raised him better.
I mean, Colorado's notably not doing too great at raising their children because, I mean, statistically, that's where most of the shooters come from.
Especially the Western Slope. That's just not
Yeah.
great.
That's just a thing.
Ah,
Well,
We're at an
also-
hour exactly.
right now, let's do it.
Exactly. Well, also, real quick, speaking of the Western Slope, it's not
Yes.
all bad. Ure's there.
Yeah, that's true.
I would definitely like to do a dude's trip to Ure.
Yeah. Silverton, Ouray, and Telluride. I
Yeah.
want to hit those three. I've gone through Silverton and Ouray in the Gulf.
Oh yeah, dude.
That was a drive.
I want to
enjoyed
do.
the shit
I
out
want to
of
go
that.
to Ure. Just like stay at the Airbnb we did for my brother's bachelor party.
Nice.
I got a koozie.
Mike.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
yeah.
Fuck yeah. You got to show that shit off every chance you get.
Anyway, but that is the start or end of the $1 Million Highway, depending
Right.
on where you're going, and it ends or starts in Durango. So I
Right.
would love to just like go there, stay at the Airbnb we did, which was
Mhm.
fucking a kick-ass spot.
Yeah.
And then just like drive, just fucking drive.
Yeah. I did that drive from Durango all the way to Grand Junction
Oh,
in the
yeah.
Gulf. That was
yeah.
just premium. I went
Oh,
through an entire tank of 93.
Oh,
I filled
baby.
that bitch up at the Maverick in Durango that had 93 at the pump.
Oh,
and I was
shit.
like, yep, the good sauce for this high altitude boosty goodness.
Yep.
We're doing it.
And I tell you what, man, 12,000 feet up in the air, 18 pounds of boost, hitting fuel cut in corners around second and third gear.
Hell yeah,
Oh.
bud.
Oh, nothing better. That's freedom.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You want to end this?
Let's end
Wanna
this.
Vote this bass.
Let's boat this bass.
Boat this.
All right. Thank
Fastest
you,
boat.
ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here on the Shenanicast, the Monday Night Shitcast. Yeah, this will be coming to an end. We'll talk about this more in the coming weeks. But follow us on all the social medias. We're at Cam Automag on a lot of them. We're out there occasionally doing stuff. There we go.
You can find me at Zach Lords Media on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Dave's just out there. So
Yeah.
am
I'm that Dave guy sucks on everything.
I don't know if you want to see my radical leftist views. Find me on Twitter. Enchan Photo. I'm the guy reminding you that the people doing a lot of shit that is not above board, they're probably cops and elected officials. I'm just throwing that out there
Yeah, there's
because
that.
they can get away with it.
Yep.
And they know it,
Mhm.
and nobody's going to hold them accountable. So, anyway, we'll be back next week. I will have another boot. Oh, look at that, everybody. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.